95.5 News Talk, WLOB, 521, Saturday afternoon. Glenn, Chip, and Zan. Pete Harring hanging through the break. Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Talking before about the organizational efforts of the Tea Party, and one of the things that I mentioned to you during the break was that I found it a little bit weird that somebody like Sarah Bachman, a headstrong Republican, issued the Tea Party response to the
Michelle Bachman.
Yep. I'm sorry, issued the State of the Union response from the Tea Party. Mm-hmm. So that's where I go along on my question of, does the Tea Party ever get to the point where it has a national face of the Tea Party? Your thoughts on that? Well,
I mean, at the moment, the Tea Party, like I said earlier, technically doesn't have a national face. Mm-hmm. There are a number of organizations and politicians out there that are claiming to be the face of the Tea Party at a national level. Michelle Bachman is one of them. A lot of her principles and values I believe in, but I have several questions on her true motivation on it. Mm-hmm. So I was not very happy with the fact that she had brought out a response calling it a Tea Party response.
But wouldn't that make the Tea Party look good? Wouldn't that give credibility to the Tea Party? I mean, I think I just find the whole response thing kind of bizarre, period.
Well, if and when you don't see an R after her name, because she is associated with the Republican Party.
Is she a Republican or not?
She is.
Well, then why shouldn't she have R Republican then?
Well, what I'm saying is that she votes primarily along Republican lines.
Right.
Yes.
Right, but I thought Pete was saying that there are people of all parties who are members of the Tea Party movement.
And there are.
Yes, there are.
Right. So then it's not so at this point a political affiliation.
Correct.
But
why is it coined then as the Tea Party response then? Why was it? I didn't see this. I didn't see it. So there was. I know that there's a Republican response, right? That's the two-party system.
There is a Republican response, yes.
What was it?
And she called it as the Tea Party response because, the Tea Party played a big role in getting her
elected. Okay. So she was trying to help you guys out, maybe?
I think in her, I think that's what her belief was, that she was trying to help us out and help the nation out as a whole.
Glenn, you thought it was not a good thing.
I didn't, mainly because it created this perception that what the Tea Party members are basically just fractured off Republicans rather than upset Americans in general.
Right.
Which I think is a general idea about what the Tea Party is.
Right, that it's just basically a wing of the Republican Party. It's like an idea of
a more conservative wing of the Republican Party. It's kind of the general idea out there.
Well, that's what a lot of people believe, that the Tea Party movement is just an extension of the Republican Party.
Right.
When in reality, it really is not an extension of the Republican Party.
There's no affiliation there.
There is no technical affiliation with it at all. Doesn't mean that there isn't groups out there that are calling themselves Tea Party and are strictly an arm of the GOP. It happens all across the nation. It happens right here in the state of Maine. There are smaller groups. I mean, there is really no big, giant organization. Let's just stick with the state of Maine, for instance. I mean, I have probably the largest website as far as a member base is concerned for the Tea Party, but it's also broken down into a bunch of other smaller groups. Mm-hmm. There's another larger group called Maine Patriots, which also is kind of, I work very close with her. Her name is Amy Hale, the founder of that group. I work very close with her. A lot of our values are the same and our beliefs are the same. But there's also smaller groups across the whole state, broken down. They'll call themselves like the Franklin County Tea Party or the Down East Tea Party, or various other groups that are like, they call themselves 912 groups, which is a thing off of Glenn Beck.
This is sort of the Jacksonian, right? Isn't this sort of the Jacksonian politicians, the masses, the working people, saying, hey, you know what, we don't trust big government. Right?
Yes.
We don't trust big government. You guys are doing stuff to enrich yourselves. You give us our little token things here and there, but basically, you guys are a bunch of elitists. You got a ruling class going on, and this is what President Jackson was all about.
Yes, I agree with you on that completely. There's a lot of the politicians out there today, as you wonder, particularly at the national level, a good many of them have never even held a regular job in their entire life. They go into public service, and somehow when they're all said and done, they're millionaires. How does that happen without getting influence from special organizations out there? And it just, how?
Pete, do you think that originally our senators and congresspeople, were they supposed to be career? Were they supposed to be full-time professional politicians?
I honestly don't believe that was the intentions of our founding fathers to be career politicians. The whole thing was, small government. Government was, our Constitution doesn't even give us any rights at all. It pretty much tells the government what the government shall not do.
Right.
It shall not do this. It shall not do that. And they even throw the 10th Amendment in there, which basically said, if we forgot anything, you can't do that either. Basically, that's what it boils down to.
Going all the way back, Washington was as reluctant as a politician as there ever was.
Yes, he was very reluctant. He did not want to get involved. He did not want to be the president. Even when they were first starting off, when our nation was brand new, there was a number of people out there that wanted him to be a king.
Yeah, right. but Washington was a part of the ruling class at the time. Okay, he was a major landowner, a major slave owner. This guy, big bucks. This was not some farmer that just sort of pulled himself up by the bootstraps and said, "Hey, I'm going to be the general of the rebellion." Right. He was definitely Washington. Let me ask you this: do we got to go?
We got about a minute. I want to give Pete time to get his website and everything out.
Pete,
tell us how people can get a hold of you and any events that you have coming up.
Okay, my website can be reached at themainteaparty.com, and we do have a tax day rally coming up on April 15th from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock at Capitol Park in Augusta. Come check us out. Come meet us. Just a whole bunch of average, everyday people. There'll be a number of speakers there. We have a patriotic pastor that's going to be coming. He's pretty cool. He's like 6.5 foot tall. His name is Patrick Gear. Patrick Gear is his name. And
you'll be able to recognize him. He was standing above.
Yes.
That's got above the crowd.
He dresses in colonial gear. He's well versed in the Constitution, and he's an outstanding speaker. I'll be speaking also, and there'll be a number of other just average, everyday people.
Is Glenn? Are you going to let Glenn speak? You're not going to let Glenn speak.
Glenn wants to come up and speak. He'll come up and
I'm not
speak.
good in front of a microphone.
There's
you know
going
that.
to be open mic time.
What do you mean? You're sitting in front of one right now.
Long-term impact.
Open mic time. We are not having any candidates for office or any politicians speaking. This is a We the People event. Although we all do strongly encourage all of our elected officials to show up and talk with the people that they actually work for. They can
and
come
sit
out
back and listen.
Sit back and listen to what we have to say. So that's basically it. You can contact me at www.themainteaparty.com. Give it a check, and if you like us, join.
Fantastic.
Help us change this nation.
Nice. Thanks very much for your time, Pete Harring from the Maine Tea Party.
Thanks, Pete.
We are up against
Thank
the
you very
break,
much.
so we're going to go ahead and take it. You are listening to